Hi there, Tim Dolan, and I'm continuing a discussion that began with a brief review of immigration policy and now is going to move into a related matter. I guess all sort of the common denominator being the present administration's fetish with putting a wall up on our southern border, both to stop migrants and apparently to try to stop drugs that are indeed coming over the southern border, but in fractional amounts to where the real centers of import and manufacture are, which are domestically by pharmaceutical corporations such as Purdue Pharmaceuticals, owned by the Sackler family and its descendants, which produces Oxycontin, which is an opioid that doctors have been prescribing now for many years. And though they have recently announced they will no longer market their product, the fact is they don't need to market that product in the United States. It's already firmly entrenched, as any addictive substance can be and will be, to the point that marketing is superfluous. So let's disabuse ourselves, I think, from the get-go that America's drug problem is caused by Latin Americans. The drug problem in America is caused by Americans, and our quest to alter our states by whatever means necessary. We can look at fentanyl, which is again a very popular mind-altering drug that is largely imported from China. It is not taped to the legs of migrants coming over the southern border. It's being mailed to us. The cartels that do indeed exist in Mexico and elsewhere are immensely more sophisticated than having odd groups of migrants bringing drugs over the border or taking them overland at all. They're either coming in through tunnels or being flown in or being brought in by rail. And so any notion that a wall is going to somehow solve our drug issue is complete fantasy and a full generation behind where the cartels are. And I think any DEA agent would tell you much the same. So again, I suppose the common denominator here is the wall and the utter foolishness of the idea that a border security initiative at the magnitude that our current administration is speaking of is actually going to solve problems is fantasy and, in my view, a complete waste of money. And again, in a previous video, I think I've gone over some of the numbers concerning the cost of border security, interdiction of migrants. It's very expensive already, and we're on track of making it as expensive as possible. Not cost effective. Perhaps the more effective way would be to get into the source of our problems. And as I alluded to earlier, that gets into the minds of Americans that seem to want to alter their states, apparently for reasons that involve not liking the reality that they're in. So perhaps that should be our next discussion. What is the true cause of drug dependence in the United States? And what can we usefully do about it that doesn't involve a wall? Thank you very much.